We're reversing decades of calamitous trade policies that led other countries to pillage our jobs, plunder our factories, and devastate Ohio communities and communities in every state. The era of economic surrender is over.
That was President Trump at a rally in Ohio last night. Joining us right now is Jim Justice. He's the governor of West Virginia. Governor Justice switched his party affiliation from Democrat to Republican in 2017. And Governor, thanks for being here today.
No, thank you guys for having me. You do a wonderful job every day.
Well, we appreciate your being here. When we first booked you, we wanted to talk about all the great things that are happening in West Virginia, and we're going to.
Okay.
The highest per capita GDP growth
Sure.
that you've seen in any state in the first quarter. And I want to get to all of that, but because of China being front and center right now, and because of your state's relationship with China, hopefully we can start there based on what we heard from the president
Sure.
last night. China has promised to invest, I believe, $84 billion in West Virginia. When you hear things like this, with the trade talks kind of ratcheting up, the pressure ratcheting up, what do you think?
Well, first and foremost, you know, China has promised the U.S. stuff for a long, long, long time. Our president's doing a marvelous job. That's all there's to it. You know, a $500 billion trade deficit with China is just unacceptable in every way. And we have to renegotiate another deal. And, you know, and what he's doing with the tariffs and everything, sure, they could be hurting, and they could be hurting, you know, different people in different sectors of our country right now, you know, in different ways. But we've all got to step up to the plate and everything. I think absolutely without any question whatsoever, we'll get this worked out. And at the end of the day, it'll be better for all of us.
What has been the situation with China to this point? I know they've been slow to coming to the table. There was a CNBC investigation that looked into that $84 billion that they promised to invest. It's not the only place that China seems to have reneged on some of these issues, but what do you see happening?
Well, I do really believe the Chinese are truly interested in West Virginia from the standpoint of the natural gas hub and the petrochemical industry and everything. It has incredible, incredible promise. But, you know, when I guess we got on a bigger level than West Virginia, you know, we got in a little, you know, pushing battle back and forth in regard to the tariffs and everything. It just shut down everything, and everything just got shut down. Now they still come, and they still are sending delegations and doing a lot of work, and they've spent a lot of money doing a lot of that work, and I think it's real. But at the same time, and we've got to run down every opportunity in West Virginia. We try to do that, you know, because I'm a business guy. You know, I'm not a politician. You know, I mean, that's what the media and the people have such a hard time understanding President Trump over, because he's a business guy. You know, he's not one of the lifers that grew up in the politicians and sell influence and everything else. He doesn't care about that and everything. And so he's doing a great job, and West Virginia's doing great stuff, so we're all happy.
If you're looking for other potential investors to come in, where would some of the potential replacements be? Are you talking about other countries or investments from the United States?
We could, you know, we have, you know, we've had interest from Qatar, but we have real live interest within our own country. You know, you see, the whole premise is just this. I mean, we've got too many eggs maybe in one basket in the Gulf. And you know, and we're exposed there. You know, I always say this, you know, I talk, you know, they say always folksy, you know, but really when it really boils right down to it, you always had the hog confinement building near the cornfield. And you've got to, you know, you've got to look at the petrochemical possibilities where the natural gas is the cheapest, and there's so many opportunities within the natural gas. And that's right in our lap in West Virginia.
Governor, I'm listening. You just switched. Okay, so
switch parties, that is.
You could be still a Democrat, and you could have seen your most moderate candidate at the debate the other night, Joe Biden, say that there will be no fossil fuels in 10 years. We're going to get off fossil fuels in 10 years. When you're in Detroit and you say that in Michigan, if you're in West Virginia, if you're in Ohio, how do you possibly win those states when you say you're going to put the hydrocarbon
No, you don't win those states.
In 10 years?
Well, at least we hope and pray you don't win those states. I mean,
but you would still be a Democrat. You'd have to, right now, you'd have to be backing Joe Biden if you were still a Democrat.
Yeah, but there's no way on God's earth that I would do that. Even when I was running as a Democrat, I wouldn't back Hillary. You know, I did not endorse Hillary in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
West Virginia's a weird place. You got Manchin, too. He doesn't, he's
yeah,
like...
Well, Joe just jumps around and everything else, and Joe's a politician, and he's a great politician.
You're not a politician?
No, I'm not. I'm a business guy. You know, I tell the truth. I tell the truth all the time, and I challenge anybody to find me not telling the truth.
Oh, you're not apologizing.
No, I'm not.
Very quickly, mining has been one of the big booms that we've seen in your state. That's why you had GDP in the first quarter of 5.2%, leading all 50 states.
Right.
What do you see in terms of the economy? What's your outlook for the rest of the year?
Well, our mining industry has bounced back. There's no question about that and everything. And President Trump has been a big contributor there. You know, the export thermal market was a big contributor. The metallurgical market and the steel market has been a big contributor. We have great metallurgical coals in West Virginia, but we have to have an all-in approach in West Virginia. Our tourism is booming, manufacturing is booming. You know, we're building roads like crazy and everything. We have a Roads to Prosperity thing, and we're doing it. And we've got a real-life commitment to education, and things are happening all because it's all in. It's not, you know, we love our coal miners, and I wish we could have more and more of our coal miners to work and everything. But at the end of the day, we've got to have an all-in approach.
Governor Justice, thank you for coming in today. We appreciate it.
You guys are great. Thank y'all.
Thank you.